Welcome everybody. This is another video. I am talking about, the information I get, and I'm not doing it alone. And you guys here you're part of the team as well. But today's video I wanted to talk about confidence. I've been hearing that recently in talks, especially when I'm out, when I'm with close friends. Regarding myself as well, about confidence in yourself, confidence in your actions, and what you want to do. I'm going to do another video too on a confidence ritual. It's not complicated. It's a simple kind of candle burning practice. I've used a blue candle. You can use whatever candle you like. It doesn't have to be this. This is actually the largest candle I've used in a long time, other than candle for Christmas. Usually mine are small. Honestly, it's just about the devotion you have behind that action, that candle burning ritual. And we'll talk about that in another video that'll be posted up. But as far as confidence, I've noticed, especially with things happening right now, many of us, our confidence has been hit really hard. Maybe it was not at its full potential for years. Trauma basically shatters confidence. Confidence takes a good hit when there's trauma, when there's life-changing events that happen. So how do we get our confidence back? I, as well as you are on this path as well. So I just want to share some insights into the path of confidence I've been on recently regarding self-worth, self-respect, how people treat you, more importantly, how you treat yourself. And this is the main aspect of that, is what is your self-worth? And a lot of times we don't think about that until push comes to shove, or an event happens where you feel disrespected, or you work really hard at a job and all of a sudden they let you go, or you realize that your teammate, or quote unquote teammate, doesn't want to be part of the team anymore. Then there's this feeling of abandonment, of loss, of separation, of what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to turn this person away? What did I do for my boss to let me go from this job, etc., etc., etc. How come I'm not making the amount of money that I've worked so hard for? One, I would say a lot of these things are projected off of us without us even knowing. Our body language, our actions, subconscious motivations that we're not consciously aware of, that other people pick up on. So others may see you as someone they can push around. I'm not saying that that's the case. Now, if that's the case, we want to say, I don't deserve this. I deserve better than this. This person is being uncompassionate to me. And this is where your confidence starts to kick up. Sometimes it's through those trials and tribulations, those hardcore encounters where we kind of get a Formula One racing car lesson in how we really feel about ourselves. And a lot of this is handed down to us from family, from society, from friends. As I've said before, and I say again, we aren't consciously aware of how much we absorb from our environment. The bigger the city, the bigger exposure you're having to all these different energies, i.e. thoughts. Could be distorted thoughts and energies. Mental thoughts are subtle energies. So I want to get to this tarot right here, where I got the Six of Pentacles. And this is about order, divine order, balancing out. A lot of us don't feel strongly that what we give out, we're going to receive. Especially when you've always struggled with finances. I've had this challenge, especially when you're in a certain field. You're in a creative field where there's a lot of freelance work, but there is a lot of monetary gain to be had But sometimes there's a high risk in that, and a lot of people don't want to take quote unquote risks on you. So you're constantly struggling, trying to get people to pay attention to you, trying to get this, trying to get that. And a lot of what this path is about is knowing your worth, knowing your power. So if you're here, I'm going to cut right to the chase. You know, you have some sort of power within you, a magnetic power. Sometimes the more we strive to do something, the more we repel it. Sometimes these events, in a very interesting way, bring us back around to looking into our power, into our magnetizing abilities, our manifestation abilities. Some of us can manifest easily. Some of us need to work a little bit harder. It comes in different stages. But what I'm sensing with a lot of us here, we're very sensitive, we're very empathic, we're very receptive. We also give off a lot of energy, whether those other people notice it or not. Some of them, many of them at times could be affected by your energy. There's something in them that they don't like, and they resist you. They resist your motivations, your offerings. And so what we want to do first is we want to protect ourselves. We want to be in a good state of mind. We want to show compassion. But the other foundation of that is to know that I'm a powerful being. There's a reading. I'll put a link to this. I do audio reading. I've been doing it right now, Dhammapada, the wisdom text from the Buddha. I think it's in the first or second chapter, where I think it could be clear thinking, or 10 twin verses, where he says, what matters is what I do, and what matters is what I don't do. This is, supreme confidence. So what he is essentially saying is that it doesn't matter what everyone else is doing around me. What matters is how I respond. What matters is what I choose to do, and what matters is what I choose not to do. And that is one of the clear paths of the walkway of confidence, of trusting, of even surrender, because there's a heavy amount of confidence in surrendering. I had a great talk in a gathering this morning about trust, and who do we trust? We'll do a separate video on that, because that's a whole nother thing. But just quickly, we'll talk about surrendering. And again, we talk about a society where everything is focused on my will, what I do. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. I don't trust somebody else to do it. I'm going to get it done. And there's a heavy amount of confidence that seems absurd and crazy, and yeah, just completely almost psychotic, unfortunately, where you say, I'm going to surrender. I've done everything I can. I'm going to surrender. I'm going to go into silence. I'm going to reflect on this. Now, there is a time for action. There is a time for moving. But a lot of people are moving and acting when they don't even know what is going on. They're such in a state of fear of, and I need to pay rent. I need to do this. I need to do that. But we also need to think of how we got in these situations in the first place. There's a lot of different factors in that. But we want to take that precious time when that fear starts to take over to say, let me take a step back. I don't want to repeat the same situation again. I don't want to repeat the same events that got me here. Whether it's from, coming from you or unfortunate events, these are precious times to say, how can I steer this ship, this chariot, in another direction? And a lot of it is going to start with your mind power, your mind-heart power. A lot of it is going to start with us saying, you know what? I got start where you are. A lot of us in this path, we're trying to be perfect, and society pushes perfection on us. If we're not perfect, we're not professional. If we're not perfect, that means we're not professional, we're irresponsible, and we don't know what we're doing. And us here, we don't want to be the one who doesn't know what they're doing, that everyone is going to start talking about. We don't want to be wrong. So a lot of times we take a step back. Again, we're taking a step out of our confidence chariot, and now we're taking a step back to the. I get it. In the Wild West, the great frontier, Western frontier, where people started to move from the East Coast into the West. The pioneers, the wagons, that whole line of wagons coming through. And I felt like you have the lead in the front, and all of a sudden you get off when there's some pressure, and you get off that lead wagon and you start to just go all the way to the back now. Now we all need to follow advice or guidance. But these are times when we can really show that we have confidence in ourselves. Do you trust yourself? It's coming back to trusting. Do you trust yourself? Do you trust that if you spend the little money you have on something you've always wanted to do, that it's going to return back to you, it's going to be multiplied, that it's going to return back to you exponentially? Maybe not immediately, but over time. Or if you offer something, it's actually going to help somebody in a different way that you couldn't even imagine, in even a better way. And then that energy that other person or group received is going to return to you in another way, an infinite amount of ways. You do have to have some faith in the universal bank and trust that our mind here in this human form is finite. We only think of certain situations, how they could come about logically, rationally. But we know that the infinite, the divine, is greater than that. It's infinite. So, we have to be open to receiving. We also have to be okay with receiving as well. There's a stigma about receiving. No, I don't want to. I want to give, but I don't want to receive. That it may make us look egotistical, or, But some of the people that you do admire have that level of confidence. One, because I think they know they have to. I've been looking at a lot of great videos from DJ Khaled on Instagram, and man, he's his own hype man. But if you look at some of the earlier videos from when he was starting out that he posts on Instagram, he had that attitude. Was he always like that? I'm not sure. But at some point, he realized that, I'm going to be my biggest fan. Muhammad Ali. I know I'm the greatest. Especially at a time when he was judged just by his exterior appearance. Playing in, I believe, in Rome in the Olympics. And then them having to come back and being asked to enter through the back door of the restaurant. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to enter through the back door of your restaurant. Especially when it's not right. It's not sympathetic. It's not compassionate. So I don't want to digress here, guys, but you have to listen to your voice of truth for your confidence. You're not going to be egotistical. You're not going to be, and if somebody else thinks that, let them think that. You know who you are. You're not disrespecting anybody. Sometimes you need to speak your truth. Sometimes it may appear as if you're being disrespectful. It's all how you choose your words. But some people need to understand and know where you're coming from. You have the right to express that. I got 8 of rods reversed, but for some reason I've got a lot of swift action, a lot of ideas flying in the air for you. Things are coming in divine order, though. Be genuine. Be genuine with where you want to go, what you want to do. Write it down. Express it. Talk to trusted friends. Take that class you've always wanted to take. Sometimes it's okay to also ask for help, for guidance, for financial assistance. I've had to do it in the past, and there's that stigma of embarrassment. Again, that you look like you don't know what you're doing. You didn't have things ready. And that's also because of the lack of compassion that is around from other people. Some of your friends or family will give you a hard time. You're not holding your own. You're not doing what you need to be doing. You need to be doing better. And it's a tough lesson. It's not easy. I've experienced that directly. I've taken some big risks that has allowed me to grow on a personal level, that has allowed me to talk to you sincerely about certain experiences that I've had personally, or multiple times, that I've learned to gauge and respond to in an appropriate manner, without getting losing my level-headedness. that has allowed me to say, you know what? I know this person is really upset and it's hard for them to control their anger, but I'm not going to reciprocate with that. So I know if I can do it, you can too. I'm on this path just like you guys. And I'm learning just as you. So take what I'm saying and use it to your own situation. And also ask your guidance, ask your inner self. Learn to trust yourselves. Learn to look within. Learn to go to your sacred space. And sometimes that answer won't come through right away, but be patient. And this also is going to call for patience. See, you have all these energies starting to come in now. That's not taught to you in school. It's not expressed to you from even your peers or close family members. If you have had that, you're blessed. And please spread that to others. But a lot of people, including myself when I was younger, and even getting to a more mature level, where more responsibilities started to come on me, I had to learn these things about confidence, about how come I'm not as confident with this or that. Where does that come from? How can I break that generational cycle? How can I break that societal oppression or illusion? Ask for your celestial guidance, your divine guidance, your divine ancestors who really are there to help you and assist you. Not put more burdens on you or favors, but really they're to guide you and offer you wisdom from the recent past to generations ago, or even your soul family, star family. Ask for guidance. I'm going to do that candle burning a video soon, but some of you guys know that and do that. You can also use the moon energies to really maximize that. But honestly, I say go with what feels right. Honestly, it's just the devotion and intention. It doesn't need to be as big, it can be smaller. And just really pay attention and just focus on what you want to change. And then listen afterwards. Listen to the music, the messages, the conversations, or other people's conversations the next day, that following week. And don't be afraid. This path is one of the most courageous paths. I've got the Joan of Arc card here, a high saint that I really resonate with. Nobody said it's easy. You guys know it's not easy. So unfortunately, there's some ridicule, but you know what? You're rising. You're alchemizing that energy. You're dealing with it because you're strong enough. Even though trust me, you don't want to sometimes. I know, but you're resilient. I had used this example with a friend of mine I was doing a reading for, and I talked about, we were both exhausted with a lot of the energies that are going on, and you guys are receptive to that, where I do feel like some of the energies, I didn't feel like I really deserved it. Some people one of the persons closest to me, I didn't even know who, I didn't get it. I was like, you're another person right now. I don't know where this is coming from at all, but I don't deserve this. We don't deserve this. And I had to purge that energy out. I did. I had to move. I had to dance. I told you this in the last video, I couldn't even sit still or meditate. Do I feel like that person, I've gotten messages that the person doesn't feel that same way anymore, that I do feel like they're really sorry and regretful about their actions. But you as well have to process that. And you are being trusted to receive that energy because Spirit knows that you can alchemize that energy. That energy has to stop. Doesn't mean you can't express, what you need to and defend yourself and set that boundary. Please do with that person or that group. You have to say, this stops here. Enough is enough. But it also has to stop with you, that it's very important that you don't transfer that energy to someone else. So you're actually in a high, blessed position, a favorable position where you will be guided and helped to express and purge that energy. And they want to offer you rewards and victories for that in other ways that's really going to, they're not here for the short term. They're into creating abundance for you for the long term. So any energies you have, any things you're still working on healing, it's important that we alchemize that energy. We purge it. We take those lower vibrational energies, maybe negativity, negative things we say to ourselves, could be, unconscious self-sabotaging words, or I don't know. I've experienced these waveforms. You fluctuate sometimes, especially with whatever experience that you've had. Sometimes it comes back. It's important we go to our sacred space. We take care of ourselves. We give confidence and love to ourselves. And with that, we're actually, I was talking about compost with the friend. We're composting that energy. We're transferring that low vibrational waste, and we're actually utilizing it to raise our vibration, raise our frequency. And whether it sounds woo-woo to you or not, neuroscience, biology, we have resonancy within the body. We have frequency. You guys all know that. I don't have to repeat that. So again, hopefully this is on a good course to be, that you guys understand. I don't want to feel like I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but just take what I said, just think about it, reflect on it, and let me know if you guys have any changes with confidence in yourself. Don't be afraid to invest. Part of this is to show faith, and show faith that that spirit is there. A lot of times they're going to test you and say, do you really trust us? Do you really trust us? Sometimes that extra money will come through at the last moment. Sometimes it'll be the last moment, nothing appears, and then it'll come through the next day. Sometimes it comes almost instantly. Depends on your path, depends on where you're at. A lot of these are tests. If we want to go higher and higher, we are going to be tested. Tested on our faith, our trust. How confident are you in us? How confident are you that we are helping you, we have always helped you, and we're going to increase our assistance for you? Because when that happens, you will become messengers for others. You will become a soul light for others more than you are now. And there's a great responsibility for that. We don't need anyone deteriorating the message or using it for their own self-gain. Okay? So guys, have a great day, morning, night. See you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys being here. And again, like, subscribe. It helps me. It helps grow the channel. It helps it helps me. I love the energy. I love knowing that people are listening and resonating with this. Gives me confidence as well. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. And if you're just passing through, welcome, and hopefully you enjoy the message. And see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye. Love you guys. Bye.